with a smile on your face. When you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing your host, Dwayne and this. And this morning we want to take another spin, with the interviews this morning. And we're going to be chatting with Mr. Selby Cole, Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired/Responsible Persons. Good morning to you, Mr. Selby.
Morning.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
You have quite the legendary name.
Like Nat King Cole?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So tell us about this association and why is it the first time I am hearing about it?
I shouldn't say perhaps because of your age, because that doesn't, right? It stands for Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired Persons.
Right.
And as I did mention, retired in this case is left for legal documents. But a lot of people have reached 50, which is from where you can come in, and they're still not retired.
Right.
So we also use responsible.
Right.
And the idea is to keep doing things. You're never retired, really.
Right.
Right? But back to the question of why you don't know about it. Maybe we need to do more publicity.
Oh, I believe so, because I was about to, suggest that but you beat me to it, man. It's
Okay.
not can't be about an age, not an age at all.
No.
Right, good. So I'm glad we cleared that up. But can I ask you, how long have you been retired?
I came out of the public service 17 years ago.
Really? Might I ask, what was
I
your
was in customs.
Customs? You really look like a customs officer.
Okay, all right. I've heard that one.
Yes. But why have you been a part of this group? Why do you find refuge in this group? Is it because you're retired, you have nothing to do, you're home, the children going off to university, probably married and have children already?
All right. I like your trend. Nothing to do, etc., etc. You'll be surprised. You have more time to do the things you couldn't do before.
Right.
Actually, there are quite a few people who started new careers when they have completed their normal public service life. There was a lady recently in Trinidad who became a lawyer at 75.
Yes,
right?
I heard about that.
Right,
that was early last year, this year.
And her daughter, I think, is also an attorney. I think they graduated at the same time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The thing is, you have more time. Well, some people might say we have more time to do nothing.
But is she a part of the group, though? Because
I'm not aware. I'm not sure, because we have so many people, both in Trinidad and Tobago, in it. About 40,000.
Right.
Totally.
Right. And that would have been my next question. How strong is the membership, especially in Tobago?
Okay. In Tobago, we have two groups. One in the Pembroke, Bellegarde area.
Really?
Yes. With a lady, a secretary who used to be in the finance division, I think, in Charles years ago. She's from down that area.
Okay.
Right? And we have, call it, divided Tobago into two.
Okay, East and West.
East and West. It just happened like that. So we are in the Mount St. George and Crown Point, etc. area, right? But we all do the same things. We have activities and concerts for fundraising, and we get together. Actually, there's going to be an expo in Trinidad in September where all the groups are going to be together, and they will have giveaways and all that sort of thing.
Right.
And because one of the main things in our group is to look for discounts for senior citizens.
Yes.
As you will know, or you may know, when you reach that age, you may not get some of the perks that you used to get before, etc.
While you were working.
Right.
I understand.
And the salary might shrink, etc., etc.
Might. It will shrink.
Would.
Yes.
So about 3/4, whatever. So again, one of the things that we have to focus on is to prepare people for that time.
Right.
And that's like an ongoing
right, exercise.
Yeah.
And before we get into the event for which you are here, I must ask, given that this is a youth show, and you briefly just touched on it, how much emphasis is this group going to be placing on young people at an early age to prepare for retirement? Because the world is trending away from the whole permanency of a job, and the public service would offer you some perks, your pension and all these kind of things, but the contracted workers, not so much so. How much emphasis are you guys going to be placing in the future, especially with our youths, preparing them for retirement?
Well, again, we must place emphasis on the youth because we will not be here forever.
Right.
And the youths are the ones to take over the world, etc. In fact, we had a chat with, discussions with Mr. Anselm Richards last year, the advisor.
Oh, yes, yes. I know Mr. Richards very well.
Secretary. And one of the suggestions he made to us, well, we talked about mentoring youth.
Yes.
So on, right? And because this is the pet of project of a few of our members, some of who were teachers in their, before and so on.
Right.
And he suggested that we should put this into, make this a project and come back to them with, right? So it's an ongoing thing.
Yes.
And yes, we have to find ways to reach the youth because all our members, most of them have children, and then and of course there are always youths around them.
Yes.
Right. So that it's an ongoing.
Yes.
Right?
I want to thank you for
that. If you don't know, we would not. If we don't tell you, you would not know.
Yes. Yes, but that's a very important factor and initiative to embark on, and I'm looking forward to see a lot more from this group in relation to that. So, getting into the event, tell us about this event. Is this the first time you guys are going to be having this event?
No, this is our 7th annual. We started years ago at Mrs. Annette Alfred's Folk Theatre.
Oh gosh, Miss Alfred. Good morning to you, Miss Alfred. I love you very much, and I hope we're still good. Yes.
Right. We started there years ago, and after 1 or 2 concerts there, we realized that the demand was such that we needed somewhere larger.
Oh, right.
And we approached the library, and we have been able to have some of our recent concerts at the library auditorium.
Right. And if the producer will put up the flyer for us, just to see, I noticed that it is going to be on the 26th.
Which is Saturday
coming.
We usually try to have been doing it close to Independence.
Right.
We had a little lull because of the COVID. So we haven't had any since 2019.
Right. So it's going to be starting at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And I'm seeing is there a price attached to this?
$120.
Are you guys selling tickets?
Yes.
Where do we get these tickets?
From members. We have some phone numbers at the bottom of this particular flyer.
Right.
Because we live in an online world now.
Yes.
So if it has to be, for instance, someone can arrange to pay online.
Right.
Because again, even our parent association in Trinidad, you can become a member now online.
Right. Am I too young to become a member?
You're not too young to get to know about it. But our rules still say 50 and over.
50 and
over. I believe I can see that you are quite a little distance from there.
Yes.
Even 49, we couldn't let somebody in.
Understood. Rules are rules regardless.
But there's no reason why we can't work together.
Yes.
On projects.
Yes. I'm seeing here that there will be special performances, like songs, poems, monologues, and guest artists. What else are you willing to share?
Well, there's a lady who we're not supposed to say her name.
Okay.
Because I think she has some contractual arrangement. But she will be there. She's a very important singer in Tobago.
Okay.
We expect to have the John Arnold Jazz Ensemble, and John Arnold is also a member of our association.
Okay. Yes.
We have Annette Alfred. We still have that continuity with them, and they're supposed to be doing a skit.
Okay.
Right. The bulk of our concert, we tend to have our members showing their talent. In fact, we have a bong for people. There's a lady who, I don't know any, well, she would not be known, but after this concert, I think she'll be known because she'll be singing singing Sandra's songs.
Okay.
And I personally find she's doing very well. So what we unearthed talent,
Right.
some of which our members we have, and we didn't know that they had it.
Right.
And that continues, and we formed a choir.
Right. And you know that's so good that you will keep the whole spirit alive, even
And actually,
post retirement. You know, because you know sometimes you all your years working, you get so entrenched into the job that when you leave, you don't leave. You physically leave, but you're still there. And it's good that you guys have a space for retirees. You know, don't call them old people, guys. They are retirees and responsible people, right? You know, to have a space to participate and have activities.
If
right?
you allow me, I'll just share one thing.
Sure.
Just before I left work 17 years ago, another member of our department had left. And we kept seeing him coming into the office and sitting down at the desk and so on. You know, down in the lobby every morning, every day. And what eventually it meant is that he had nothing to do. He had nothing to replace what had become his day-to-day activities.
Yes.
And well, it was striking, and the fact is, we need to put certain things in place or have an idea of what you want to do. But yeah, you have hobbies. You could take up ballroom dancing to a great extent. You could do the electric slide, and etc. etc. So the sky is the limit.
Yes, and as we wrap up, I have just about a few more questions for you. Would there be complimentary drinks and so on? Can I pay at the door? You know, if I bring
the rules of the auditorium and the library, NALIS, say that we cannot sell tickets on the at the function. No money is to be passing. So that this is what a reason why I'm saying we're going around and making sure that people know about it beforehand. And besides that, we would prefer to have a complete, total sellout crowd from beforehand.
All right.
So yeah, as you guys, and yes, the auditorium does not allow us to. There's no eating or drinking allowed. We do have some snacks for when people leave. Right? We are
is it free? Is it going to be free? I mean,
the snacks?
Yes.
Well, actually, they would be for we expect to have. We anticipate having the assistant secretary for
community development.
No, this would be assistant secretary under social.
Social, okay.
Mr. Craig. Social, right? Mr. Sonny Craig.
Okay.
He would be our guest, and we have, of course, some guests from the other zone. We call them zones or groups, Pembroke zone. Actually, we hope to also have feeding into us some of our members from Trinidad, because we want to get everyone involved.
All right. So, guys, this brings us to the end of this interview this morning. It's a pleasure chatting with you, Mr. Cole. You know, this segues into the other segment brought to you by Miss Dan. But just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Thank you for having me.